Any technology news?
Oh, you know, we are back to Bitcoin. We said yesterday was 94k. They said today we are on 96. So business is booming.
How do I learn how to do that thing? Because you like that thing. No, people that no, Charlie, no.
You want to learn something that's illegal? Our lawyer say
no.
Mr. Sky, please advise.
No. Sky, wait. No, Sky, stop that. Illegal saying I want to learn that. Am I only living in Ghana?
Our law.
How does understanding crypto become illegal?
Better.
Acquiring no, stop it. Stop
You will acquire your knowledge.
So what's
I also want to give some advice now that crypto, like I said, is booming. We also want to give people
take your legal thing.
The legal tender in Ghana is the Ghana CD and the ECD recently launched.
Sky, what is your problem?
Bernard, I can't be
he
here.
Says he wants to I want to acquire knowledge and you say it's illegal. What is wrong with you?
I'm not saying acquisition of knowledge.
Steady to show yourself approved.
Thank you. So I don't have a problem with that. But I don't want you to get yourself involved in
what?
Do you know what is even more painful? He's skilled in that thing.
Don't mind me. You have acquired the knowledge. I want to understand crypto. Are you telling me that?
I'm giving this advice is important because Bitcoin is not the only.
Explain the thing
coin.
To me. So
there's a lot of different coins that people use, and there's a phenomenon known as a rug pull, where people kind of create a coin, they try and sell it very aggressively, and a lot of people buy it. The value shoots up, and they dump all the coin. So they basically kind of make away with your money. It's almost like a Ponzi scheme. So you have to be aware of those.
And you don't
other
think I
coins.
should know these things.
Yeah. So I was.
And you are quoting.
Why do you want to know it? Do you want to
the
know
more
it so
you
that
know,
can
the better
explore?
it gets.
Okay.
So now, are you a government? So now you are becoming Gestapo. So now you want to police my knowledge.
No, not at all.
Why are you asking me why I want to know? Why don't I want to know? I'm a journalist. I have to know. How can I cover something I don't understand?
Okay, that's okay.
You should actually be telling some men to sponsor me to go and learn it. If you're a good friend, you should be telling. You should be recommending to the MD to pay for a course for your leading business journalist to understand Bitcoin instead of using law to oppress me.
No, I understand. But you see, we are not just talking to you. So I'm saying that there are people out there.
Yes.
Look, so we've told them it's illegal, but we're just giving them the news.
Okay, Sky, do people need to understand blockchain?
Yes.
It's the same area. It's just one dimension of it.
Yeah, no. Because in our case, even at the central bank, we are deploying blockchain. It is not an illegal technology.
How can you regulate something you don't understand?
No,
if let's assume you say even Bitcoin is illegal, how will you know if somebody is doing something if you don't know how it works?
You see, you know that traditionally money is basically something that can store value, right? What is happening with these non-fiat currencies is that we don't have anybody regulating the
Which is
system.
why we must understand how it works.
No, it is
as
fair.
leading journalists in the country.
I understand that,
we are even outdated. You should be encouraging courses for young journalists to understand it.
I agree with
So
you.
why are you
The way we depart.
We are not departing.
Where we depart
you are the one
is
creating
where he talks about the value going up.
But why shouldn't we know?
Look at investment in those
But
areas.
you see,
No, he's saying that
I didn't say that. I said that I was saying that there's the crypto scams that for people invest, the rug pulls. I was explaining that investing in crypto is dangerous. So I'm even helping you by saying that it's not easy. You go and put your money in, the value will be going. You think that I'm a millionaire, then the value goes. Boom,
I don't even know
all
what
your
problem
money goes.
is.
So
You should be writing a memo on why Ghanaian journalists must understand crypto. I'm surprised at you.
Sacrilege Sky.
Go away from here.
I am not saying that it is illegal to know about cryptocurrency.
Is it illegal to do it?
Hold on.
It's just unregulated.
Hold on. I, at a master's level, wrote a dissertation on cryptocurrency. So, no, hold on. So acquisition of the knowledge
what's your problem?
Is not the problem. The problem really is where you use it in a jurisdiction that doesn't recognize it.
So wait, when you acquired the knowledge, did you use it in a jurisdiction that doesn't recognize it?
The use of
you acquired the knowledge. Has the knowledge made you break any law?
No, hold on. Hold on. The law on buying goods and services in Ghana requires the use of legal tender.
Yes.
Right. Now there are regulations around how you use the CD.
We understand.
I'm
just asking you a question. The knowledge you acquired, have you used it to break any law?
No.
So why do you think that if I acquire the knowledge, I'll break any law?
No, but you see, you had said, it was within the context of investment. That's where my problem is. That look.
But who told you all my assets are in Ghana?
Okay. Well.
Even if but do I only stay in Ghana? Don't I travel?
Yeah, that's okay.
So if I travel abroad and I buy something using crypto, have I broken any Ghanaian law?
Is the question?
Or once I have a Ghanaian passport, I can't use crypto. What are you saying? Sky, allow me to breathe.
Ask Sky if dollar is a legal tender in Ghana. Good morning, Bernard. I want to contribute to the crypto conversation. Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is not illegal in Ghana. We don't have regulation that suggests it is so. However, due to the anonymous nature of parties who transact the business, it's a high-risk area when it comes to the AML, CFT, and P regime.
Anti-money laundering.
Anti-money laundering.
What's CFT? Me, I don't know.
You see,
what's CFT?
Finish the message.
Okay, go on.
Until Ghana comes out with a strict regulation on OTS.
On its illegality.
On its illegalities, like Nigeria, it continues to be a grey area. Thanks.
See, the use of the word illegality is an entirely different matter. The problem has got to do with engaging in a transaction with a party. When you want to buy crypto, right, you buy it from somebody.
Yeah.
That transaction is not recognized under Ghanaian law.
As what?
So you want to invest.
Is barter trade recognized under Ghanaian law?
Yes. That's a contract, recognized.
So if I go online and I need a camera and somebody sends it to me and I send the person Bitcoin, have I broken any law?
The legal tender in Ghana is the Citi, right? There are circumstances under which Ghanaian law allows you to pay for goods and services in other currencies. As we speak, Ghanaian law doesn't recognize the use of cryptocurrency for purposes of transaction.
So I'm coming. If I give the person Bitcoin and the person sends me the camera, which law have I broken? That's what I want us to think about.
That's what I'm saying. That the Bitcoin, it is not an asset that is recognized under Ghanaian law. How did you acquire it?
That's what I'm saying. Is
it possibly linked to, say, terrorist financing?
Which is why I'm saying that you should explain the thing to me well. So now I'm speaking as a non-user. But I'm saying that so far, the point you're raising about is potential legality. Yes. At best, it's a grey area. The BOG has not come out to explicitly say that people cannot make purchases with that. Have they said that?
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Okay.
The use of the word illegality is to say that, it's been written in law that you cannot use it.
Yeah.
That is not the Ghanaian law. Ghanaian law doesn't say that, black and white, if you use cryptocurrency, this is what happens to you.
Good.
But see, there are attendant illegalities. And that is where the problem is. Because first of all...
No, you see, the reason I'm pushing this is you can only enforce what you are clear about. So I understand what you're saying about what is legal tender and what is currency and all those things. Okay, but I'm still saying that it's a grey area at best because, number one, there's a draft legislation on digital assets. So that tells you that there's a contemplation.
It's not a draft legislation. It's a draft,
guidelines. Yeah, whatever. Policies are the starting point for law. So you have the policy, out of which you do the law. So I'm saying that the fact that there's a draft policy guideline, it tells you that the authorities are contemplating it and they are aware.
That's why we have the ECB.
Your position about you are being explicit about its illegality, and I'm concerned about that.
I have not said that it was illegal. I said that it is not recognized for use in Ghana.
Yes,
but
I'm coming on.
Hold on. You see, you misconstrue my position.
If it's not, hold on. So wait, you are saying that? Don't forget that this whole thing started from my quest for knowledge.
Yeah, no, your initial position was to invest in it.
Yeah, but what is wrong with that?
That's what I was explaining to you.
Yes.
That this is an area that comes with all kinds of things.
So is it my risk you are concerned about or my legality? I want to understand. Are you worried about that I will get defrauded or that I will break a law?
So you'll break a law most likely.
But you haven't pointed out which law it is to me.
So, for instance, our legislation stops us from investing in areas that are linked to money laundering, right?
Good, which is what the person is saying.
This is a ripe area. This is a truly
But you have
ripe.
to prove. Is it all crypto that's linked to? You can't take AML and brush it on a what do you call it? A whole category of transaction on the basis that it could be linked to terrorism. If I use 1,000 cedis to buy a pen, AML have protocols to establish it, right? So you can't just say that because somebody has used crypto to buy something, then it means that he's a suspect of anti-money laundering. There has to be more clear ways
you see, when I'm speaking, I speak with legal certainty.
It doesn't matter, but it's common sense.
Hold on. You see, when I speak my words, I speak them clearly and carefully.
So say it again.
I have not said that because you have bought something with cryptocurrency, you are suspect for money laundering. I have not said that.
By the way, CFT is counter financing of terrorism.
I have not said
PF
that.
is profiteering financing, proliferation financing.
I have not said.
Go ahead. Yes.
There is a reason why regulators are in place.
Good.
The central bank's job is to regulate our space.
Good.
Macroeconomic issues that are within our country.
Yeah.
They are to determine what happens to our economy to a large extent. They do that in hand with the finance ministry.
Yeah.
Now, the challenge
they are also to be forward-looking to ensure that we are not left behind. The economic policies must ensure that Ghana does not get disadvantaged in our economic overall.
So they are doing that.
So that's my point. That
is why they have the ECD.
That's my point. So you see, we are on the same. I'm saying that we are all not clear as to where this is going. So the position should be, at best, there are policy guidelines being contemplated. Whatever we do in Ghana should work within the recommendations of those guidelines. If out of those guidelines some rules and laws emerge, then that constricts us into what we can do. Now, you were pointing out to me that because the area is not regulated, there are dangers. I agree with that. But my concern is, you also made it suggest as if there's some illegality or law being broken.
Bernard, you see, I have pointed all of these things out to you clearly enough for you to appreciate the point. My phrase to you was that it is not a recognized currency within our jurisdiction.
Meaning what?
Which is to say that
if I do it, I'm doing something unrecognized or illegal. You are
that is where you are heading.
So that's the same thing I'm saying.
Hold on. You see,
the fact that you didn't explicitly use the word illegal does not mean that you are not suggesting that.
You see, so that is why I have the freedom to say what I'm saying.
Okay.
If we say something is expressly speaking illegal, what it means is that it's been written in a law to that effect.
Good.
But when I say that it is not recognized and therefore not regulated within our jurisdiction, what I'm saying is that you are going to invest in an area
at your own risk. That's why the texter said, at best, it is a gray area. You see, you've said that because it's not recognized. I am thinking that if somebody's going to enter this area, they have to probably consult what the BOG's contemplated guidelines are and ask for advice. Okay. Now, I won't sit on there and promote people to start making transactions in a specific currency.
That was exactly what we did, and I intervened at that point.
No, he was not doing that.
No, hold on, Bernard. You see, go back and listen to the tape. The reason I intervened was that there was a suggestion that we should look into that and invest in it. And
no,
I said,
he was pointing the dangers.
No, hold on, Bernard. This thing didn't start today.
I'm talking about what he did today, Susu.
Hold on. This thing didn't start today.
Yesterday.
I intervened yesterday.
Yes.
And when he came today, he spoke about, the value is going up. You understand?
Yes.
Then
Which is a fact. But even Trump acknowledged that the value is going up. Is it not?
I am not disputing that. You understand? I'm not disputing that.
Okay.
Look, for God's sake, Bernard, and at the risk of sounding pompous, I did a master's degree in this.
It doesn't matter.
Hold on, no, there's a reason I'm saying it. And I'm saying that because, look, I cannot be seen to be speaking against it.
Fair enough.
The suggestion you are making is to say that, the sky is not forward-looking, blah, blah, blah.
All of this was that I said I want to learn about it.
Hold on. You see,
you want to share
the context is not that you want to learn
that's
about
the whole
it.
thing.
The context was that you wanted to invest in it. And I was cautioning you.
No.
As a
I wanted
beautiful
to learn.
friend.
I wanted to learn. And you said that if I know it, I'll invest.
But hold on.
I didn't
Your
know that.
initial position
I want
was
to
that
learn.
you wanted to invest in it. Let's go back to the tape.
Yeah, but even if I want to invest in it, what is wrong with that?
That's what I'm saying.
So shouldn't I have the desire to invest to improve my life?
Do you know some...
Does the fact that I acquired the knowledge mean I'm going to invest tomorrow morning? The fact that isn't it a good desire to want to invest?
Bernard,
isn't investment a good thing?
I have acquired, some knowledge.
Yes.
I hope passable knowledge in the space. That
Would you
doesn't
advise me to invest in it?
on within our jurisdiction, no.
Okay, what if I go and if I move to US? Will you advise me to invest in it?
Well, you can do that.
Okay, so
because the jurisdiction there has
but the earth is the laws and the
because you don't have protection. The kinds of protections that you need, you don't have the protections here.
Yeah, but we are not limited to Ghana. We can live anywhere we want.
That's okay.
So can I get the knowledge now? Will you help me?
Let me see better. You see, There are things other people do elsewhere.
But Sky, honestly speaking, I still insist that the more you know, the better. Because see, the reason you are able to speak about this with such certainty and insistence because you know about it.
Yeah.
Now, my lack of knowledge in the area is not good.
Yeah, so we need to improve that.
Good. Now, whether that knowledge will make me an investor or not is not your decision. Because you know about it, you have not invested. I'm not. I don't think you have. You haven't told me you have. The way your news is taking player like that, I can't even be sure.
I have no comment on that.
No.
The fact that I have no comment.
It's a legal response.
Yes, I have no comment on that.
You see, he thinks that if I learn about it, I'll invest. And he's warning me as a friend. But he has learned, he has not invested.
This man.
And that
I lost you. Look, for the avoidance of doubt, I have no crypto assets in Ghana. For the avoidance
I
of
like the
doubt.
qualification. I like the qualification. Let's leave it there. Let's move on. Let's make progress. Read some messages for me. We are being educated by the public.
So, Sky, please don't mind Ben. He's been mischievous. This is business scientist from University of Ghana. Okay. Good morning, Bernard and team. AML CFT means anti-money laundering, countering the financing of terrorism.
Thank you.
Mohammed Tamale Adams.
Thank you.
Thank you. A number of people send that qualification.
I knew AML. It was a CFT that I wasn't sure.
Right.
So thank you for
so
bringing
acquiring knowledge in crypto is good. Some of us are converting cities into dollars as investments. Investing in Ghana for some of us is scary. This one is what again?
Yeah. Guillotine.
Guillotine, yes. Please tell Sky that understanding how a guillotine works does not make you an executioner.
Thank you.
Ajare from a Chimote.
We will learn.
He said Sky is behaving like Sofu Chief.
Hey, Sofu Chief.
No, Sky is behaving like that pastor who knows the truth and yes decides to keep quiet about another pastor telling the lies to his congregations. Ben Johnson said
That's not me to improve in life.
Sofu Chief. Hello, Bernardino. Please, I'll teach you and send you my PI link soon. A student of criminology is not a criminal. Harry from customer center through. Bernard, tell Sky that he's sleeping through a revolution.
Sure.
He's not.
He knows about the thing. He's a bad man. He knows about the thing. He's a bad.
Probably you don't know. You don't know why.
The man has a bloody master's degree in that thing.
He knows the thing. That's how he wants to protect his territory.
But there's a huge crypto transaction happening in Ghana. BOG is aware and is trying hard to catch up by introducing ECD. Remittances are moving to this area. We lost the fight by prolonging policies and education.
But more serious, let me ask you a question. What do you think the BOG needs to do in face of even what's happening in the US? So you can say that this incoming administration is more amenable to crypto than the old one. I can say this.
Yeah.
Both Trump and Musk.
Yeah.
So, and generally where the US heads, the rest of the world tends to lean. What type of preparation should we be doing regulatory wise, financial institution wise, so we don't get left behind, but so we also don't overexpose ourselves to the things you pointed out, the anti-money laundering, the dark web and all those things. So it's a balancing act. What do you seriously think we should be doing?
First of all, I think that there needs to be a lot more consultation, and it has to be, public facing, not the kinds that we do hiding things and speaking to just the elite. Because there are young boys with access to the computer who are doing so many things on the dark web. You find them in many parts of Accra, including areas that you and I know very well. Those people have got to be brought into the conversation. So that they tell you their experiences, how they are using it. It is not all the time that people use some of these digital assets to engage in criminality. So that engagement has got to go on. And then also we need to be clear as to what the position of Ghana is, legislation-wise. We need to set a bill to Parliament, in my view, to recognize cryptocurrency. And then also empower, if we're going to use the central bank, let's use the central bank. If we're going to create an entirely new institution out of the
SEC,
exactly, to police that particular space, let's do it. And then if we are going to create, a space for mining cryptocurrency in Ghana,
it must
we
be
have
regulated.
to do that. But then that would also have to come with investment, because if you're mining crypto, it takes a lot of your power. And that is what we do not have in abundance. Computing power, it takes energy, as in Akosombo power, because it requires a lot of cooling to take place in order for the crypto to be properly mined. So in that, when we're dealing with mining, it's an area we have to look at, because a lot of the young boys who are doing Yahoo and all of these things, we can pull them together and direct their energies in a way that will help us as a country. So we need to look at all of these areas. And let me be clear that, look, when I wrote my paper on cryptocurrency, my position to Africa is that we've been talking for too long about having a common currency across the whole of Africa. Yesterday, I think the central bank people who were at the launch or the opening of the new office spoke about, regional currency and all of that. My position is that if it is taking too long to have fiat currency common across the whole of the continent, we should look at crypto.
With the EC,
Exactly. We should underpin transactions across the whole of the African continent. The difficulty, however, is that central banks around the world are afraid of losing their control over, their spaces, because majority of the times, cryptocurrency transactions are peer-to-peer. So you want to buy something.
Let me ask you another question. You said the authorities have to think about sort of having discussions about where to go with it, and the discussion must be broad-based. And then you said possibly a draft legislation. Does the regulation and legislation around it not defeat its purpose, in a sense that cryptocurrency is
decentralized,
an extension of blockchain, which is a shared ledger?
Yes.
The idea of trust is the issue. So the fact that people don't have trust in regulated institutions is what has made these things popular. So when governments try to draft rules around it, does it not lose its... Because a lot of people are very skeptical about the system, how global finance is structured.
That's true.
And they find peace in crypto. So if you start making rules around it, does it not lose its salience? Because what makes it attractive is its shared nature and its almost unregulated nature. You get it? So I'm not sure if I'm asking the question right. Is there a way in which you can regulate it but still allow it to maintain its functions, its uniqueness? Because that uniqueness is what makes it attractive to people, right?
You see, so that's a very brilliant question, and it's something that a lot of academic literature is dealing with. There's so much disagreement as to whether there should be regulation, because if you regulate, then it defeats the original purpose of cryptocurrency. But Bernard, if you want peace, a wise man once said, you should prepare for war. The responsibility of governments is to protect their citizens against, excesses that come with things like this. Sam Altman, the US guy, promised everybody heaven, and they were investing left, right, and center. There was a big bust. The whole company went down, and people lost billions, millions of US dollars. Those are people's hard-earned currencies, things that they have worked years to acquire.
To pay the devil's advocate, have we not lost money because of the economic collapse and debt exchange?
That is true, but you see,
it's just coordinated loss of money, but it was still the same thing. I invested my money somewhere. They gave me a haircut. They didn't ask my permission, so it's not the same thing.
No, I agree.
Don't economists boom and bust all the time?
So you see, public institutions who act as regulators sometimes get it wrong. They don't always get it wrong. What we want is that we do not want to leave it to people to determine what happens and what doesn't happen.
So there has to be
a central institution which is policing the space to ensure that people are guided by the rules. Because what happens in the crypto space is that people create their coin, create a buzz around it, the value goes up, and then they dump it.
So there's a lot of jungle behavior.
Exactly, arbitrariness,
which can then disadvantage people and then damage the overall economy.
Exactly. And then also because it is unregulated and because the spaces are not ones that you have policing institutions keeping their eyes on things, people are using it, as I pointed out earlier, and the guy pointed out, child slavery. People are buying human beings on the dark web. People are buying, small girls for child prostitution. Because if you were to do those things using normal money, the anti-money laundering FATF things will all catch you. Exactly. But which is why we have to shine light on it. Exactly.
So we cannot assume, we cannot ignore it.
No, we can't.
But we have to throw more light on it.
Yes, we have to.
Because if you say that I know. I think people in Ghana are doing. Let me read some messages for you. People in Ghana are doing it. I'm going to read a few messages for you. Here is a couple from people who I suspect have a lot more information about this. Bernard, the Financial Action Task Force (FATF), which is a global standard setting body on AML/CFT, with their recommendation 15 on new technologies, requires all countries to take a position on virtual assets and virtual asset service. They call it VAS and VASPS. By law, countries are expected to come up with two options. You prohibit it via law with sanctions for those who go into it, or permit it via law and put in place measures to regulate the space, including registering and monitoring. So you like option 2 for Ghana. Ghana is yet to take a position. Work is currently ongoing, including the conduct of an anti-money laundering, terrorist financing, and proliferation financing risk linked to VAs and VASPs. Based on that and other works ongoing by BOG and SEC, Ghana will come up with an official position. I don't know when. For now, citizens are cautioned by a BOG notice to be extra careful. You see, so that's the word. It is legal in some jurisdictions. In West Africa, I know Nigeria and Sierra Leone have put in place a legislative framework to permit and regulate it. This from KGB. Let me read another one. So quite a lot of people know about these things. Good morning, Ben. Bitcoin is not legal tender. So this guy gives me a few points. Bitcoin is not a legal tender in Ghana. If you buy anything with Bitcoin, you have not committed an offense. If you buy anything with Bitcoin and there's a breach of contract, it won't be enforceable by a Ghanaian court because it's not legal.
Illegality.
Because it's not regulated, a company in Ghana can't trade in it. A company that does this will be breaching the SEC or BOG rules depending on the type of company. Example, BA Bank taking Bitcoin as a deposit. You are confusing between enforceability of a contract, which is a risk for the individual, and the commission of an offense. If you invest in Bitcoin, which violates AML rules in Ghana, you would have committed an offense, Kofi. Okay. So hopefully we are learning more about this. Caleb, read a few more of the comments for me there. I have a few here, but I'm trying to sift through before I read them. Okay. Bernard.
Let me go through this for you. Bernard, please, the crypto world is more risky than you think. Don't get excited because it's going up. I use Coinbase, Bitmama, Paxful, Binance, and KuCoin, and I will tell you it's more straightforward. Firstly, crypto does not encourage small transactions, so if you are not ready to pump a lot of money, don't consider it. It is not a $5 or $10 trading currency. Fees are higher because of mining, and excess crypto will be burned to keep that economy safe from devaluation. Now it's the illegality. I can receive money to my Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum without anyone knowing who sends me the money. Whether it's from sale of drugs or theft, you won't know. All my crypto wallets do not come with names. It is only when I attempt to withdraw that my local bank can identify me. But I won't even withdraw. I will liquidate it by buying a car or a luxury watch. That will remove any suspicion. Wow. Remind the lad that even when people invest with unlicensed companies, the regulators only give us a warning, but don't punish us for that illegal business or instrument we are putting our money in. This is Neil from Ashalibutre. Bernard, that is right, just like you. If you batter your land for my car, you've not necessarily broken any law. But if the sale becomes a subject matter of litigation, you will have to argue that the land constitutes adequate consideration and get away with it. In the case of cryptocurrency, because it is not considered as a legal means of exchange, the sale may be successful. But if you have to argue that in a law court, you will be in limbo. Jonathan Abisi Butcher from Kaswa.
Yes, more. This is what BlackRock has to say about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a global, decentralized, non-sovereign asset that could serve as a hedge against increasing global disorder and declining trust in governments, banks, and fiat currencies. He goes on, it is sad that BOG is here to finalize the LI. Even though I know SEC is doing some public engagement, we need to move faster. The native digital asset, which is immutable, is the future. We need to have a serious conversation about Bitcoin, especially for countries like us with weak currencies. Bitcoin resets the dollar hegemony. We need to embrace it quickly. Bitcoin is regulated by the code. Code is law, and it will always execute as it's built. Regulation could come on the exchanges who are custodians of people's Bitcoins, and hence there's a counterparty risk, so KYC may be required. And please, let's separate Bitcoin and crypto. They are two different things.
Yes.
All right.
So crypto is the umbrella.
So Bitcoin is the most popular cryptocurrency,
crypto
and there are others.
Quite a few more messages coming through. I'll try and Mabeku is putting them together once he's done.
Yes, a very interesting article about when celebrity crypto influencers rake in cash, investors lose big.
Exactly.
It's an interesting article sent to me by Divine. But I go back to the point. I think when I ask you the question, you made two things. Between saying we are prescribing it and then saying that we will allow it under certain conditions, we should choose the latter.
We should
so the BOG, the SEC must begin engagements quickly.
Yeah.
I think there's a community already in it. They probably have to be engaged. You could even ask the community to come up with some draft rules around its user experience in Ghana. And then you can give it to the AML people to find out how to tidy it up with certain protocols that will make it the way it operates within our jurisdiction. Our authorities will be more comfortable with it. So we need to start thinking and working.
Seriously, I mean, and I was clear in my paper on that point. And I used the mobile money example. Initially the position was that look, we have too many illiterates in Ghana who don't understand how it is, mobile money, blah blah blah. But people now understand. This is money in the
when
virtual
Momo came, the banks didn't want to know.
Exactly. So it's a big deal now, and we are talking billions and trillions of transactions in mobile money.
I'll tell you something. I was at an event yesterday. Sorry, this is a program that was discussing. There's an what do you call it? It's mobile money and what do you call it? What GIPS does.
Okay.
All right. So this is interoperability. They call it inclusive digital finance. Ghana was ahead of even Nairobi in Kenya in terms of the maturity of our mobile money ecosystem, and then our what's it? Why I've forgotten this expression?
Interoperability.
No, what GIPS does.
Integrated payments.
Yes, payments.
Yeah,
we were in the rankings they did. There's not ranked, introductory, progressing, and mature. Ghana was in the progressing stage. Both our mobile money and the Ghana Instant Pay, the GIPS Instant Pay, were the number 1 and 2 on the continent in terms of interoperability, inclusivity, and integration. So our approach to mobile money helped us develop it faster.
Exactly.
In other countries, for example, Kenya, because M-Pesa went so quickly, the industry didn't really get to catch up. Just one company doing so well. In Ghana, somehow they managed to grow the industry. In 2016, they did the interoperability. So a lot of people were like, Charlie, Ghana, you guys are far ahead. I'm just saying that if people will listen to what we are saying, and maybe our SEC, BOG will quickly understand where this is going, train some people to understand it properly, and then set the rules around it, we could be ahead of the rest of the continent. So there is a lot of possibility in there, which we should balance with protecting our citizens from the risks involved.
And then the national economy. Because you, as a central bank, you want to know how much money is in circulation. In the realm of crypto, it is very likely you will not know how much is in circulation.
But does the central bank actually know how much money is in circulation in Ghana?
Well, to a large extent.
Sky, because beyond the official dollars in the banks, sometimes you drive to Tiptoe and people come to you and say, do you want dollars? Does the central bank know all those money? You didn't know? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like because of the informality of our economy, economic managers have a very difficult problem. Knowing the exact value and volume of transactions, a lot of it is estimation. Because the informalization already keeps it out of public. Now, if you go to a bank and you want to do a foreign exchange transaction, there are strict rules around it. For many, many years, when I used to travel to South Africa and other places, and I'll have dollars in my wallet, they say, why are you holding this money here? In Ghana, it's so easy to use. So even in Ghana, we don't even regulate our regular currency things well. All right, so I'm not saying that means we should let the crypto come in easily, but the point is, the economy is much bigger, and the informality makes it even more complicated to manage. So, not knowing what is happening in crypto, it will not be new, because they don't know what is happening in Tiptoe Lane. They don't know what is happening.
Do we want to add that problem? Do we want to add that problem to the existing problem?
No.
If we can't regulate even fiat money, should we go into a space where you don't even see where the money is and where it is going?
Well, Sky,
I think that's a balance we need to really.
Sky and Bernard, there's the draft guidelines on digital assets from the Bank of Ghana.
What does it say?
So if you have some time,
read a few. Did they say anything we should learn?
Okay, so some Ghanaian startups and organizations are exploring blockchain technology for solutions in sectors like agriculture, healthcare, and financial services. services. Such initiatives have been acclaimed to hold great potential at improving transparency, efficiency, and security in various industries. Regarding regulations, the Bank of Ghana has provided clarity on the regulatory status of virtual assets through notices to the public with specific directives to be regulated entities. Additionally, the bank has adopted a cautious wait-and-see approach, closely monitoring market developments related to crypto assets, including a limited stakeholder engagement in 2023.
Good.
This approach is designed to enhance the bank's preparedness to maintain financial stability and develop an appropriate regulatory framework in response to evolving trends. Despite the growing interest, the digital assets landscape in Ghana faces challenges such as regulatory and legal uncertainty, cyber security risks, market manipulation, and consumer protection concerns. Overall, Ghana's digital assets landscape has been dynamic, with increasing interest in virtual assets and blockchain technology. However, the Bank of Ghana acknowledges regulatory challenges and is working towards a more structured framework to support safe, responsible, and sustainable growth and innovation in the sector. So they give you policy thinking, regulatory objectives, scope of proposed regulations, and proposed regulatory approach. So I'll give you some of the details there.
I think this is really good. So they are adopting a wait-and-see approach.
Yeah.
They know what is going on, but they want to see how it evolves.
Yeah.
They don't want to be reckless. They are minded about the dynamics. I think it's a good start already. I don't know if there's enough time to go into all of this, though. But I think for now, my quest to learn about it has been validated.
Oh, no,
By everything that you said today.
Yeah, as for knowledge, you need to.
We are going to
learn.
So why are you keeping all these things from me?
But you have always known.
No. Me, I knew you were doing
things.
AI. I didn't know that you were also. I didn't even know you had written a paper on crypto.
Oh, I even gave you the paper I wrote on crypto.
Now I didn't have money, so I So you actually wrote a paper on the thing.
Yes,
But when did you learn this thing? So when we're talking and fully about you were learning this and didn't tell me. Bad friend.
I think the African Union should actually use crypto to first of all anchor the after. Because
so?
I that's what I think, and that's what I
send me the paper again.
I would
now that you've opened my understanding.